Many people carry a quiet question with them through life. It isn't always spoken, and it's rarely shared out loud. But it appears in moments of silence, late at night, or while watching others connect with ease. Why do I feel so unloved? Why does love seem to reach everyone else, but not me? This question doesn't come from weakness or attention seeking. It comes from long periods of feeling unseen, emotionally overlooked, or quietly left behind. When we look at this experience through psychology, we begin to understand that the absence of love is rarely about a person's worth. More often, it is about patterns that formed to survive. Some people move through life feeling invisible, not disliked, not openly rejected, just not chosen in the moments that matter. They watch friendships grow naturally around them. They notice affection being exchanged freely between others, and they wonder why it never seems to find its way to them. Psychology suggests that people who don't receive love are rarely unlovable. In many cases, they are emotionally hidden. Often, this hiding began early in life. As children, they may have learned that expressing needs was unsafe. Perhaps their emotions were ignored, dismissed, or criticized. Maybe love felt conditional or unpredictable. To cope, they adapted by becoming self-reliant, undemanding, and emotionally quiet. These traits helped them survive, but they also taught the world that they did not need closeness. Love tends to move toward what feels emotionally open. People who express warmth, vulnerability, curiosity, or even uncertainty send a signal that connection is welcome. Those who are guarded often send the opposite message, not through words, but through emotional distance. This distance is rarely intentional. It is protective. Many people learn that wanting love too openly led to disappointment or pain, so they stop showing that desire. Over time, this creates a paradox. They want closeness deeply, yet their emotional signals tell others to stay away. As a result, love hesitates, unsure where to land. Another common psychological pattern is hyper-independence. This is the belief that needing others is a weakness. People who develop this pattern handle pain alone, solve problems quietly, and avoid asking for help even when they are overwhelmed. They often say they are fine when they are not. While this independence may look like strength, it creates emotional distance. Human beings bond through shared vulnerability. When someone never shows need, others don't know how to connect with them or where they might be allowed into their emotional world. Love doesn't disappear because people don't care. It fades because there is no clear doorway. Low self-worth also plays a powerful and often invisible role. People who secretly believe they are not enough tend to overgive in relationships. They listen more than they speak, tolerate more than they should, and silence themselves to avoid being a burden. They may struggle to set boundaries, fearing that asking for respect will cause abandonment. Over time, others can unconsciously sense this imbalance. Respect begins to weaken, and emotional closeness fades. This is rarely about cruelty or bad intentions. Healthy love requires a sense of equality, where both people feel valued and free to exist fully. There are also people who are deeply loving, but emotionally exhausted. They have spent years being the supporter, the listener, and the one who stays when others leave. They learn to give love generously, often without receiving much in return. Eventually, they stop expecting love to come back to them. Psychology shows that expectations shape behavior. When hope becomes quiet, so does invitation. Their energy grows flat, and love, which needs openness and movement, slowly passes by without noticing them. Not receiving love does not mean someone is broken or unworthy. It often means their inner world learned survival instead of connection. Survival is cautious, quiet, and focused on avoiding pain. Love, on the other hand, requires expression, risk, and visibility. Healing begins when a person slowly allows themselves to be seen. This doesn't mean oversharing or forcing vulnerability. It means allowing small truths to exist, expressing preferences, naming needs, letting emotions show without apology. A softly spoken need can be more powerful than silent strength. Sometimes the first love that needs to arrive is self-love, not the kind that feels forced or performative, but the kind that gently teaches the nervous system that closeness is safe. When a person begins to treat their own emotions with care and respect, they naturally start to signal openness to the world. And when that happens, love often begins to respond differently. Not all at once, and not perfectly, but gradually, because love is not drawn to perfection. It is drawn to presence, honesty, and the courage to be seen.